Good morning. Yeah, it's another sunny day out here in Yorkton. Yeah, I ended up back here again last night. I couldn't, I shut my truck off a little bit to conserve some fuel, and I couldn't get it started again. Something was wrong with the starter. It just wouldn't start. It was going tick, 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 tick. And I'm like, oh, great. And normally you can take your hammer and tap the starter a little bit and it'll kick in. But the solenoid, there's a screw on the top on the solenoid. It needed to be bypassed and jumped. Couldn't do it by myself. So you have to turn the key and start the engine at the same time. So another driver helped me, and I really appreciated that. I think God sent him my way to help me out. Well, my dear friends, it has been very, very cool weather, crazy weather, and I forget what nice weather is. It's been like this for me for like a straight week. I've had nothing but this kind of weather. And I'm really hoping when I eventually get back in Alberta, they'll send me back to Vancouver so I can get a taste of what it feels like to have normal weather again. Because I'm used to that because I'm from BC, right? So right now I have a load of seed on that I picked up here in Yorkton yesterday. And I'm taking this to Winnipeg, and then I'm grabbing a load from Winnipeg, going to Edmonton, and then hopefully they'll have something from Edmonton going back to Calgary, because the starter has to be replaced. I tell you, by the time winter's over, I'm going to have a brand new truck. Everything's slowly getting replaced on it, but I was given instruction by Ross, the main mechanic, don't turn off the truck, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to idle it for the next 3 days while we're driving, because you can't turn it off, or I won't be able to get it started again. Anyway, I'm going to open up with a prayer to start off this very, very short cycle. Well, no, it's not going to be a short cycle. This next 7 days or whatever. It's going to involve a reset, but that's okay. I can take you guys around and show you some of the things I do when I shop and all that. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you, Lord, for who you are and for keeping me safe. Thank you for sending me that driver last night to help me. I really appreciate it, because it was getting cold and my bunk heater can only go so long before the battery starts draining on me. So thank you, Lord, for taking care of that. The resources out here in Yorkton, there wasn't very much. No mobile mechanics available, so I was really, really in trouble. So you sent somebody my way to help me, and I thank you so much. Lord, would you watch over me? Please bless me as I make my way to my destination today, wherever that might be. Lord, would you bless those watching on YouTube right now? Would you also bless the company? Would you prosper J&R Hall, Lord, and bless everybody that works here, and keep our drivers and our staff safe today, Lord. And dear Lord, would you please watch over my kids, Jeremiah and Carrie, my dear girl Wendy and her girls, and my precious family members that I care so much about. Christine, Michelle, Marilyn, Diane, James, and of course, all of their loved ones as well. Lord, I also want to say a special prayer for Ed. This is my sister Christine's husband's best friend. He's going through cancer right now, going through cancer treatment, chemotherapy. And Lord, I just pray that you would help him to get through this ordeal quickly. I pray, Lord, for relief. I pray, Lord, that you would bring him closer to you through this ordeal. And please give the doctors and the surgeons wisdom, because he's going to have to go through surgery afterwards, to get everything done. And would you also help provide the money that Ed needs for his medication, Lord? In Yeshua's name I pray. Amen. If you guys can keep him in prayer too, his name is Ed. He lives in Maple Ridge. He also has a GoFundMe page to help him through his chemo because he doesn't have a lot of money. So I will put that in the very, very bottom of my display on the bottom. If you guys can help out, that would be awesome. Any little bit will help. If you could donate a little bit of money towards them, even if it's 20 bucks, every single bit helps. I think like one pill or something is like 50 bucks or something for the chemo. I think it's more, or it's more than that. I really don't know, but it's kind of ridiculous actually. So we're all done here, and we're gonna get going and make our way to Winnipeg. And as you can see, we're back in the snow again, so I don't know what the roads are gonna be like. Probably not very good. These conditions aren't terrible, but at night they are very, very bad because you can't see anything. Well, they're not any better during the day, but at least they're a little bit better. This light snow. Whoops. I'm hearing the squeaking. It's starting. You guys will probably find this funny, but I have here 3 wedges. I have to stuff this into my fridge around the corner of it, or it'll squeak and drive you nuts. So I have to jam one up here, jam one up here, and one down here. There. If I don't do that, that fridge will squeak so bad it'll drive you nuts. And for some reason, Freightliners, the fridges in these things always squeak. However, the new Freightliners have the fridges on the bottom. Maybe somebody used their noggin, so it's on the bottom, so it's not up in the middle where it can shake around. It's actually on the bottom. Also, apparently the fridges are new, or obviously they're new. What a dumb thing to say. They're bigger. They're bigger. I can't tell you how I'm looking forward to getting into a new truck. Maybe they've improved some of the Shakeliner attributes. Okay. I'm happy because I have a nice heavy load, so that means I have lots of traction. And I'll take it easy for a little while until my tires heat up, and then I'll be able to do my regular speed on this highway. But Winnipeg, here we come. Well, I'm just outside of Grenfell, Saskatchewan, and I was looking in the weather forecast, and they were expecting a snowfall. Well, it's a snowfall warning in effect for Saskatchewan and Alberta. I know in that, or should I say Saskatchewan, up in, well, obviously you can see it starting here, and then up in Saskatoon, Lloydminster, Edmonton, they're all expecting a lot of snow. I left a little later this morning because I'm hoping by the time I get into Saskatoon, most of this it'll taper down to just regular snow. I really don't know what I'm going to be in for, but as you can see, the visibility is not good. So the advantage that I have is that I have some decent weight on my drives. I'm bringing some seed to Edmonton, and I have very good traction if I need it. It's just going to depend on how well they keep the roads up along Highway 11, because that's the route I'm going to be taking. In about 120 kilometers, I'm going to be taking 11 up to Saskatoon, and then from there 16 over to Edmonton. I have no idea what the weather's going to be like. Hopefully I made a strategic move by leaving a little later this morning. But the trick is, I've got these wipers that are on my truck, and they're not very good wipers. The other ones that I had weren't working very well. So we experimented with another type. They're not winter blades, and the ice just sticks to them really bad. So I've just turned off all my heat to my windshield, and I just want all this snow to nicely just bounce right off of my windshield. I don't want to apply any heat to my windshield, or it's going to end up melting when it hits the windshield, and then I'm going to have to use my wipers, and then I'm going to be stopping every 5 minutes, breaking the ice off of them. So hopefully this will work too. So joy, joy, joy. So if everything goes to plan, I should be able to be into Edmonton about a little after 7 o'clock or mountain time, yeah. Saskatoon got some good amount of snow here, and I was kind of trying to plan it where I end up here after the snow, and it looks like I did well. But I think the roads are pretty slick. Let's see here. Not too bad. Some areas there's some serious black ice, in other areas it's okay. But you're almost better off just to leave the snow on the road. You get better traction. You even see a little bit of blue sky up there. A little bit. The sun's trying to come through. So hopefully that storm has made its way east, and I won't have to deal with it. Cross my fingers. Whatever good that'll do. Minus 27. Minus 43 with the wind chill. Good morning. Oh, I am ready for California. Oh, I'm so ready to sit down in California for a few days. Oh my gosh. It is so chilly out today. And I'm going down to Calgary to drop this trailer, and I look on the weather report, and the weather report says it's the same temperature down there. I'm like, Oh my gosh! So, looks like I'm gonna have to rough out my my reset to Calgary, buy a few groceries, go back to the yard, and watch the Super Bowl. I know it's rough. Yeah, love the Super Bowl commercials. Halftime show is always good. But overall, you know, I'm not a huge football fan. But the Grey Cup for Canada and the Super Bowl, I will watch. I will watch. Because it's an exciting, fun game. Yes, it is. Okay, we're just going back over to the yard. Last night when I came in, I just went straight to the truck stop, parked it. I didn't want to mess switching trailers. I didn't see any point in it because this trailer doesn't have to be back to the yard until tomorrow or the next day, so I figured I might as well just park it early enough, and then I can make my way to the yard in the morning when I can see, switch my trailers, and head to Calgary. And I'm sure the weather's going to be fun. If it's like this the whole way, I'm okay with this, but again, my truck could not keep up to the cold weather. It was very cold in the cab. The sleeper was fine. I don't understand. I figure I guess it's on two separate there's two separate heater cores or whatever, one for the back and one for the front, because I don't know how one can heat up the entire sleeper but the other one won't. No, what do you do? A lot of snow here. Yeah, a lot of snow. Someone's in the yard maneuvering around, but yet the gate is closed. Okay, that makes no sense. Wow, look at all the snow they got here. It didn't look like this last time I came here. Alright. Can't even get my brakes to... Look at this, I'm rolling here. Can't get my brakes to go on. This is sad. This weather is just really ridiculous. Okay, I'll do my trailer brakes. Can't even get my brakes, my truck brakes to engage. It's pretty bad. Don't park on the hill, Ray. Oh, man. I see one spot right there I can use. Oh, there's two of them there. Oh, gee, I should have went the other way. Okay. Can't tell you how many times I've almost shut this truck off. It's just a habit to turn the key off. If I shut the truck off, I won't be able to start it again because Tyler needs to change the starter on it. That's the last thing I want to do. Wait for another driver to come in and help, because it's Sunday. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be relaxing at home today. I got to find mine. There it is, right on top. I'm going out the other door. It's a lot easier to get out. Well, see, this is one of the reasons why I decided to do this morning. for these reasons, so I can see. I thought the temperatures would be better. But little old naive me, they're not. 290. 290. 290. There you are, baby. Wow. I forget what a nice day is like. I really do. Well, good morning. I just had a very, very good morning because Tyler replaced the starter. That means I can now shut off the truck. Had it on 3 consecutive days because I couldn't start it. And as you would know it, we pull it into the bay and we shut it off, and just for kicks we turned it to see if it would turn on. We did. And Tyler's like, yeah, that's Murphy's Law for you. Anyway, he replaced it. Replaced my windshield. Had a couple nasty cracks in it. That guy does everything. Changes tires, changes windshields. He's a multi-purpose dude. He certainly is. So, I am currently looking for a hotspot so I can upload my video. Yeah, it sounds funny, doesn't it? But I just can't seem to find a connection. I've been looking all day yesterday. The Flying J's connection was too slow. The one at the yard is really slow for some reason. So I'm trying to find a hotspot, a Shaw open hotspot, so I can upload this video for you guys. It's been long enough. And I wanted to say something else too. I've noticed I got a lot of hits on that last video, over 7,000. And that's really, really good. And I appreciate that. I also wanted to say too, you guys probably noticed that there's ads on the videos. I put an ad at the beginning of the video because I'm trying to raise enough money to just upgrade and improve my equipment. And so hopefully it's not that annoying, the ad in there, but I figured, the equipment costs a lot of money. If I was to I want to upgrade my drone. I want to get a different drone. I'm going to get a smaller one. Something I could just grab and throw it up in the air without having to assemble the entire thing. And it's, yeah. And besides, the one I have is big and bulky. I might just sell it and then use the proceeds to get a different one. So, there's supposed to be a hot spot around here somewhere. And the nice thing when you have a Shaw account, which I do. Okay, there was supposed to be one over here. Where did it go? That's not good. I don't know where I was supposed to go. Oh, jeez. Well, let's see here. Yeah, anyway. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I start my shift again tomorrow after my reset is complete. But anyway, I got a bunch of deliveries to make tomorrow. Yeah, quite a few. Kamloops, a couple places I've been before. I got to do some deliveries at a few Walmarts, which I find interesting because oh, look at this, I'm just sliding through the intersection. Yeah, anyway. So that's kind of what's happening. Got a bunch of stuff. We'll be starting all of that fun stuff tomorrow. Wow, it's really, really, really bitterly cold out. I can just feel it going right through my jeans. Tell you what, I was pretty tired this morning, but it sure wakes you up when you're freezing like this. I'll tell you something. I really love these gloves. As usual, I like to check and make sure I got the right load. Salmon arm, Sorrento. I got the right load. You know, if I had a cup of hot water right now, I would make snow. It's very, very chilly. That's really the big one I got to think about right now is Rogers Pass. Elmer. Oh, it looks okay up there. Come on, where are you? Did I already pass it? I think I did. Oh, here we are. Well, doesn't look like it's snowing. Then you hit the weather forecast and take a little peek. Let's see what it says. Today, a mix of sun and cloud. Ooh, I like that. Thank you, Lord. Banff, extreme cold warning. Really, you think? Today's sunny. Wow, looks like I'm going to have a nice drive right into Kamloops today. Thank you, Lord. Awesome. It's a whole lot colder in this part of the part of Calgary. Well, Rocky View anyway. It's minus 33. If there's a wind chill, man, that would be really scary. I don't see much of a wind out there though. Minus 33. Makes you wonder what the temperature is going to be like going through Banff National Park, because it's usually colder through there. The sun is starting to come up over the horizon, and before you know it, it's going to be shining a beautiful glow right on top of those mountains over there in the background. Rocky Mountains. Everything is white. Everything is white. Yeah. weekend, there was a train derailment that happened out here, right in this area here. Apparently the locomotive took a bunch of cars down a 60-meter embankment. That's a little under 200 feet. 3 members of the crew, well, there was only 3, died. It was very tragic. I don't know if we're going to be able to see much here. It's just absolutely terrible. And I think they said speed was a factor involved. This is probably what it has to do with whatever they're doing here. Like, can you imagine that? Dropping down 200 feet. They said 2 of the bodies were found outside the locomotive, and one was found inside. Yeah, this has got to have something to do with it. Oh, look to the left there. You can see part of the tree. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Wow. You can't see much. Look at the left-hand side here. Look at that. That's all part of the derailment. Oh my goodness. Wow. Absolutely tragic. Unbelievable. That is so scary. Oh man. Praying for those family members that have to deal with this. That's the second train derailment I've seen. I seen one in Idaho a couple years ago. And then now that one. That's just terrible. Okay, made it to my first stop, and I know the rules and regulations of Walmart, so I won't be able to take any camera inside. So we'll just quickly take off the skids, and we'll be on our way to Sorrento. Well, I was instructed to back up down this road. There's really no way to turn around down there, evidently. So that's what I'm doing. Again, another part of Sorrento I've never seen before, up in the hills. One thing that's kind of fun about this job, you just never know where you're going to end up. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to get all my deliveries done today. I called ahead to 3 places, and their receiving hours are 3 o'clock. That's when it's done. Another one is 4 o'clock. So I'm probably going to get to the Walmart and then deliver one more load, and then I'll have to park it for the night in Kamloops and finish everything up in the morning, because the load that I'm taking when I get to Abbotsford, I'm taking a load to Edmonton, and that doesn't have to be there until Thursday, so that'll still work out. Wednesday, I don't know. I think, what is today? Tuesday? Wednesday? I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Okay, all finished here at Walmart in Kamloops. Had to unload 8 skids. Stuffed animals, stuffed toys, I guess for Valentine's Day. And I'm only gonna have enough time to do one more stop, and then I can I'll be parking it for the night. Well, the only time you can ever get a parking spot at this Husky is around this time of the day. After it gets later, you're not going to get a spot. Yeah. Yeah, this one here, they're very limited on their spaces here. But at least there is parking. And I might just nose myself in. Oh, no, I won't. No. Why make it difficult on yourself, Ray? Yeah. Anyway. I'm just about ready to get going. I have 3 stops to make here in Kamloops today. 2 places I've been to before, and another place I haven't been to before, Pepsi. So, yeah, that's kind of what's happening here. A little bit cold this morning. It's not too bad, at least it's not like the kind of weather that we've been dealing with all week. I know last week, minus 30, 40, minus 15 right now is not that bad. I'm not complaining too much about it. Yeah, 2 of the places I'm delivering to, you guys have already seen before, so I don't need to bring the camera out for that one. Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it. The reason why I'm not using much of the body cam right now is because I have to put the harness on, and to put the harness on, I need to use a thinner shirt because it's a tight harness and it's too cold to be wearing a thin shirt. So you guys just have to bear with me for the weather to get a little bit better. I can still take one of the cameras out with me, but you've already seen those 2 stops. So yeah, so anyway, it looks like it's going to be a really nice day. It doesn't look like there's a single cloud in the sky anywhere, but that's all going to change tomorrow. They're expecting snow all the way from Blue River, Valemount, wherever it is, all the way into Edson. And probably just going to be light snow, but nevertheless, more snow. So, all right, well, I completed my pre-trip on my vehicle, and I'm just going to fill up my pre-trip inspection form, and then we'll be on our way. Yeah, fortunately I've been to this place before, so I know exactly where to go. I'm guessing this is probably a regular client for us. So yeah, so at least we know the routine. I'm gonna have to pallet jack a bunch of the stuff around, but it's okay. My back is feeling a whole lot better now. So we know exactly where to go. Yeah, it's very interesting. You get these kind of cold temperatures, and but no snow. But then again, it's too cold to snow. Okay, I do believe I got to pull in here, and they've got big barrels up now. What are they doing with that? Why would they do that? Oh, I know what they're doing. They're protecting the cars. I think maybe somebody hit a car. That's what it looks like. That's tight. too. Find out in a minute here. 39 minutes later. Didn't take them that long to unload me. Took them that long to get over to me. Okay, so that's done. So I'm heading over to Anchor Doors and Windows, that nice loading dock I had so much fun with last time. Nice lot. Yeah, and I have one window to unload there, and then I got to go over to Pepsi, and it's actually kind of funny. I have a skid with about this much stuff on it. I could lift the skid myself, it's so light. It's funny the things we deliver, huh? It's amazing. Anyway, thankfully it's just down the road. It's not far from here, the Anchors, and then I think I've been to the Pepsi before, because when I looked at the street view, I went, oh, you know, that lot looks very familiar. Jeez, I feel like I'm in a boat. Okay, are we clear? We are clear. Come on, truck, you're almost empty. And these things just don't have a lot of horsepower. Or maybe it's just the gear ratio is different or something. I don't know what it is. Woo-wee. I do not like this road. It's so hard to make a left turn here. Maybe I'll get lucky. There's always a flow of traffic here.
Then take the first left.
Always a constant flow. Ooh, there's a window. I might get lucky here. No, I don't believe in luck. I might be blessed here. And you have to be turning. And I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna get stuck here for half an hour. Okay, one more to do. Pepsi. It's always this finger that gets really cold. I don't know why. Maybe I should try the other gloves. Maybe they'll be a little warmer because they're not so worn inside. And then after that, I can make my way back to the yard. And we're supposed to have really nice roads up and weather on the Coquella Highway. As you can see, there's not a single cloud in the sky. Makes me a very happy man. I got good traction. I still got a bunch of flour on board, but yeah, I've been here before. I forgot how much fun it was to get into here. I can't remember who I was delivering for. But I've been here before. Maybe I was with Transex. I can't remember where the door. Maybe it might be that one. Oh well, we'll find out. Can't remember if there's a door over here. Well, this won't take very long. One small little skid, that's it. I can almost lift it off the truck myself.
within the discretion of a prosecutor to pursue a crime like that.
What do you think is going to happen in Washington now? The president's called for action on legislation.
The American people need to rise up and insist on it, because on this question you're asking Cece and Abby, Jay, the United States Senate just declined to take all ambiguity away. They could have come down and said it's a crime, it's a baby borderline, there are rights attached. They declined to do so, Jay. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, the voters are not for this act. They need to rise up and insist that these protections are put into law.
All right, folks, we're taking your phone calls, 1-800-684.
Yeah, I'm listening to Jay Secular Live, and New York has passed this bill where if a child is born, you can still abort it, which is absolutely insane. And that's, if anybody watched the State of the Union address yesterday, I think Trump did a phenomenal job. He was also trying to defend the child, the unborn and the born child. It's just unbelievable what they're doing in New York. I really don't know. So what it means is that if a child is born and they decide to abort it because they don't know like the way it looks, there's no recourse. There's no penalty. There's no crime being committed. They can get away with it. But they may say there's no recourse and there's no crime committed and there's no punishment for it. There will be punishment. These are all children. These are human beings born in the image of God. They're all human beings. Right at conception, they're growing. They're human beings. We don't have the right to take a life like that. And there will be recourse. There will be punishment. Because when Yeshua returns with eyes of fire, don't think that's one of the things he's going to have in the back of his mind on all the poor defenseless children that have died ever since they started aborting children. I am one that is totally against that. And they even say, well, maybe the child up to 6 months doesn't feel any pain. I don't believe that. If that child can kick, I'm pretty sure that child can feel pain once it's fully formed. Anyway, that's a topic that I really, I will defend the child. Because you know what? I'll tell you what. My son, Jeremiah, he was born premature. 2 pounds, 14 ounces. He was 3 months premature. He felt pain when he came out of the birth canal and he ended up in the incubator when they were doing little blood tests on his feet. He was feeling pain. And he was a real baby, and they're actually aborting children at that age and younger and even older, even when they just have the child. It's insane. We really need to pray for these children. We really need to pray for Donald Trump. We need to pray for our Prime Minister. So these horrific acts of abortion can be stopped. I know some of you may not agree with me, but I stand by it. I stand by it. I'm sure I'll get a few strikes for it, but you know what? That's life. We got to stand up for the unborn. We got to stand up for the born and the unborn. It's unbelievable. Really nice here. 1 degree. 1 degrees. I could be walking around in shorts with this kind of weather compared to the weather we've been dealing with for the last 2 weeks. It's very nice out here. Yup. At this rate, man, spring will be here very, very soon. Yeah. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stick around very long to enjoy it because I have to leave right away. head back to another icebox, Edmonton. Okay, gotta wait for these cars to clear. Come on, hurry up. I gotta straddle the lanes. Yeah, you straddle the lanes because you're not going to be able to make these corners in a single lane. You just won't. And it's safer to do this anyway. Put your four-ways on. Well, they were on. I don't know why they turned off. That's kind of strange. Anyway, you put your four-ways on and go through there. You're brave. Yeah. So, yeah, beautiful day. I'm loving this. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I'm just loving this weather right now. This is a heavy load. I gotta. Wow. 12:06:020. I'm very, very close to being over on my. Okay. 11:940. That's close. You're only allowed 12,000 pounds on your stairs. $37,420. 47,450 is overweight. I don't even know if I'm even going to have room for fuel. But it's okay there. 35,340. Yeah, I think I'll be all right. Probably burn a half a tank just crawling up the hill at the Coquille Highway hill. All right, we are off again, and we're a whole lot heavier than we were. Yes, we definitely are. Good morning, my friends. I have a little bit of an issue. I think my alternator went on me on my way from here to Valemount last night, because this morning it was rattling and I had a low voltage of 11.1 volts, and that means this truck's going to shut down very soon. So there happens to be a repair place right here in Valemount, and Ross is trying to set me up here to get something, get it fixed here. Hopefully they have an alternator. I'm pretty sure it's the alternator. Obviously it's the alternator. Battery voltage low. So I'm going to disconnect my trailer here and park it in front here, and hopefully they can get me fixed in a few hours and get me out of here. I tell you guys, in about 2-3 months this truck is going to be completely rebuilt. Last week it's the starter, this week it's the alternator. What's next? The water pump?
Well, I think the time you get the core and the whole mess together, it runs into quite a bit. Like it's $700 or something. And the other way you're looking at about $350. Yeah, well, I think the core is $235.
Well, while they're working on that, I'm going to head over to this restaurant and get a BLT. I asked the guy, I said, does that restaurant over there make a good BLT? And they said, that restaurant has the best food in all Western Canada. I went, oh yeah? And then the other guy says to me that, yeah, he owns it. Oh, well, looks like they're going to get her done. I'm only going to be delayed a couple hours. Can you imagine if that would have broken down right in Jasper if I would have kept going or sooner? Then it would have been a really expensive tow bill. So I take my hat off to Ross, our main mechanic, who found a place out here in Belmont that can get this thing fixed. Whew. What a nice little place. Yeah, I didn't even know this place was here, and apparently they have really good food here. That's what the lady in here said. And $7 for a BLT. That'd be costing $10 anywhere else. I think I just found myself a little gem. Well, I got my sandwich. I'm gonna head over here and see how the guys are making out. Looks like we're gonna get a little bit of snow here. It's already starting to snow.
All right, we're all done here. We are finished, and really nice people in there. Really nice people. The owner, Ken, is his name. Super nice guy. And man, I was looking in the shop, and I just couldn't believe all of the old machinery in there, the lathes. He had like a big, huge metal lathe. Just amazing. Amazing to see all that stuff. And he's been there, he started that outfit 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Really nice guys in there. Got the job done really quick. It was only about an hour and a half. Took him. But we're rolling. We're putting out the right voltage, and we're hopping. So now, in the last 2 weeks, we got a new alternator and a new starter. Hopefully, we can go a little further before the next thing goes on it. I don't want to say anything. I'm just praying for some miles. Yeah, anyway. You never know. That could have been a factor as well to why my low voltage kept shutting off all the time. You never know. Maybe the starter was going and it wasn't putting out the right ohms or amps or whatever. I don't really know. We'll see. We'll soon find out, won't we? But we are on our way to Edmonton. Okay, so apparently I'm going to put it on the on position, the accessory. And then I have to turn this all the way off, that all the way up.
and this all the way this way, and then I have to hit these buttons here, but I have to hit them in a way where I can see if the lights start flashing. If I can even see. Yeah, there they are. Now they're flashing. So I guess what that does is it resets the dampers. So you have to have this in the vent position, this in the hot position, this one over to 0. Have the key and accessory one click over before you start it. I can hear something adjusting in there. Now they stopped. Okay, I'm assuming it's done. Well, let's see if we can get some heat going here. Let's see if we can get some heat going here. Oh, bingo, look at that. Instant heat. Oh, nice. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, buddy. You fixed it. You saved me, my friend. Minus 30 out there. Very, very cold. Oh my goodness, very chilly.
Steve, are you on here still?
Today's a very special day for me. It's Chelsea's birthday today. She would have been 24 today. And I really miss her a lot. Still don't hear anything from the police. Almost, yeah, it's just getting ridiculous now. So I just wanted to say to Chelsea, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chelsea. I wish I was with you. This was one of the days I was kind of dreading. When this day comes up, it's very sad for me. Because Chelsea always got excited on her birthday because I would always do something like take her out for dinner. Well, this trailer I'm picking up seems to be very, very heavy on my drives. I hope it's not overweight, because I'm not going to have a lot of success sliding my axles, because it's very hard to slide your axles in the snow. Oh boy. So over in Atchison, there's a scale over there. I'm going to have to go over the scale. I'm really hoping I'm not overweight. I don't know why they didn't check that first. I guess they don't have a scale here, but honestly, they could have went to a scale and scaled it, just so if it's overweight, then I have to come back and I won't be able to take it. And that's something that could have been corrected. So let's just hope everything is fine and it's not overweight. Come on, brakes are doing it again. Okay, I'm at the Atchison scale. Right now it says it's 310, so I got to take 310 off of whatever I'm doing here. Near being overweight. That's awesome. I was really concerned about that when they say please scale it before you leave town. Oh, it's been a while since I've been at this Husky. 88 cents a liter? That cannot be the diesel. They should put the diesel price up there. Let's hope these pumps are all working. Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, this is the one in Atchison. Used to come here a lot when I was working for Transex. You hear that? Brakes won't even go. How ridiculous is that, eh? Okay, it's grabbing a little, but it's not cold. The brakes don't want to engage. Now, in a situation where I had no choice, I had to, because I was on a hill, I could engage, I could dynamite the trailer brakes, but then again, if there's any moisture in there, then you got a chance of it danger of them not releasing. Okay, I'll get my fuel and we'll be on our way. Well, apparently we have an accident up ahead here. Just involving four-wheelers. I guess there's a pickup truck. It's going a little too fast and flipped upside down. And apparently there's no emergency vehicles even there right now. I don't know where this is. It's obviously a little further up. Start sliding. Ooh, yeah, that's a nasty one. That's a nasty one. I guess he was going a little too fast. Flip. I'm coming, buddy. Don't wave me over. You want me to run over the guy crossing the street? Oh, that's really sad. You hate it when you see stuff like that. Person's okay. Don't like seeing that. No emergency vehicles. It's happened like a half an hour ago. Nobody's showing up. Someone must have been hurt in that. You don't just flip your vehicle upside down like that and walk away from it with no scratches. Well, I hope they're okay. Good morning. On my way. I was talking to my daughter, and apparently the lower mainland, Abbotsford, and all that area got hit with a lot of snow last night. That's kind of typical, though. Usually the lower mainland, Langley, Abbotsford, Fraser Valley, usually we get hit about February with some snow, and this is normal. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. I guess this year they got some. Seattle also got hit too, and a lot of the Pacific Northwest, so it was kind of obvious that it was coming. I was talking to my buddy Kevin, and he said that Seattle and all those areas up there in Washington, they got hit really good, and I guess that was a part of the system, and that's probably the final snowfall, and after all that melts, then spring will show up. So, kind of normal, to be expected. Anyway, we should be in Pitt Meadows in about 4 hours. And then what I've requested, I'm gaining hours back tonight, about 8 hours. And I think 8 hours, maybe a little more. So I asked if I can get a load back to Calgary, because I'm going to have 4 hours left by the time I'm done with Pitt Meadows, and at least that way I can get to the yard and get as far as Kamloops, and then from Kamloops get into Calgary, and then I gain some more hours coming back. I just want to roll them. Which means, I can't explain it right now, but once you're done your 7-day cycle, if you're still going, you get to use your hours back again that you started with. So for example, the very first day I started on my cycle, I did 8.5 hours. Well, because I'm done I'm on to my 7th day as of midnight, I get those hours back. And then I get to use all the hours I use throughout the week. But once I'm done that, you have to take a mandatory 24 hours off. But I just want to roll them until the weekend, because I have a few days off, and I don't want to take 2 resets in 1 week, if any of that made any sense to you. So, yeah, that's the plan. And then I can actually shave. Yeah, I don't look like a bushman. I'm doing. I'm taking it to the yard. Yeah, Abbotsford got some snow. Not a whole lot, but they got some snow. I had a few people telling me they got a foot, but it doesn't look like a foot of snow to me. Maybe on the higher areas, but not here. Probably 15, 20 centimeters or so. Maybe it's more in Vancouver. So what am I doing from here? Well, from here I am going to be taking a bit of a break, and I'm going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. My next one might be a little bit delayed because I have a few days off at the end of that week. I haven't booked off for specific reasons, and so try to be patient with me. I'll have something up for you. Try to do something for you. But in the meantime, thank you all for viewing, and thank you so very much for how faithful you guys are, the comments you leave. I have people that send me prayer requests, and I really appreciate that you would reach out for that. And when people do ask me for a prayer request, I just don't plan it or put it on a schedule. I actually pray when I get the request right away. Come on, try. Come on, you can do it. Oh my goodness. Straight out. This baby does not want to go anywhere. So anyway, as I was saying, I usually pray right away when someone asks for a prayer request. So again, I appreciate that, and I love you all. And I also appreciate the comments that I get regarding my daughter Chelsea. Her birthday yesterday was a bit difficult for me. Wasn't so much difficult for me last year because on the 10th last year, me and my other daughter went to Vegas. It was a huge distraction, but not so much of a distraction this time. It was a little upsetting for me. But I thank you all for your prayers and your heartfelt comments, and I just want to say that may the Lord be blessed, or may the Lord bless you all in the name of Yeshua. And until next time, bye for now. Well, I'm not too far away from Three Valley Gap, and we got a pretty bad accident up here that's totally blocked off the road. This road is very slippery. It's very, very slippery. I don't know how long we're going to be sitting here for. Total mess. It's like a truckload of hay all over the road. That truck is completely blocking both lanes. Must have just happened.
There's two axles outside.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you lost everything, right? I mean,
Can you speak English?
yeah, he speaks
A little bit. Look at his axles are over there. Holy cow. Yeah, he had to bust the windshield to get out. Wow, that is a mess. I'm gonna have to give dispatch a... Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. That's a heck of a wreck. He's got that entire road blocked right off, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to give dispatch a call and let them know that we're, that we are not going anywhere. Not for a while. So we are 27 kilometers east or west of Revelstoke. The life of trucking. It's a good thing he's okay though. Poor guy looked a little shook up. I'd be too, man. But that road is very, very slick, and he came around that corner a little too fast and just lost it. Well, it looks like they're going to have single lane traffic pretty soon. Fortunately, the guy, he was fine. He just kicked the windshield out to get out. But what a wreck. What a wreck. But they're going to have to clear these bales of hay out of the way here so he can get through, and they're going to let the eastbound traffic go first. Well, a little bit of excitement for the day, a little bit more of a close-up on how they clear these wrecks. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of an extra. And the good news is that the driver made it out alive, and that's what really all that matters. And he was leaking a little bit of fuel out of there, so not much of an environmental issue here. And all it really did was create a delay. And yeah, be very, very careful heading east now, because there's going to be a lot of traffic behind us. Lots. Anyway, catch up with you next time.